and yeah, welcome to the stream as usual. This time it's scenario 6 from The Lands Unknown, and actually, let me just wait a couple of moments if someone arrives. It's usually, I have to say somehow Inferno has managed so far to watch every stream, I think. So I would like to give them a chance to maybe make it in time for this one too. That would be actually quite nice. Actually, who's this? Oh, nice. Someone else is also streaming Wesnoth right now. It's Heir to the Throne, Volley of Death, if I'm saying this right. But yeah. Oh, hi Inferno. And Inferno indeed made it. And Forest Dragon this time too. I hope you had time to catch up. Because if I remember correctly, you couldn't see the previous or the one before, and you wanted to catch up first. So, anyway, this is obviously not To Lands Unknown. We are going over Fire Canyon. Yeah, To Lands Unknown. In the previous scenario, Jafar and Maya had been captured by the Dark Blood lizards of the Jungle of Life, and Jafar has been captured. Rather, like, of course they've both been captured, but Jafar, the commander, has been taken hostage. So May here does some task for the Saurians, but like, for example, this attacking a fortress of the barbarians that's close to the Jungle of Life while freeing prisoners, and High Sprouting Potato. Also, something I should not forget is that I think, yeah, Ikitoad was the one that wanted a unit named after themselves, Summon's Master, which of course I don't have right now, so they will get a summoner, which I will advance, to a Summon's Master later in the campaign. So, and Sprouting Potato is saying that they so far only watched part of one of the playthroughs of a scenario from this campaign. So they are probably not quite up to date, but I don't think I can fit this in right now. So I hope if you see something and you don't understand, just ask and I try to explain. Inferno and Forest Dragon probably can explain too, so ask away. Then, after being released, Maya immediately set out to Sud Afar and informed Sharif about the whole situation. The leader of the city wasn't really pleased with the keeper's idea of sending a low-ranking officer like Maya to such an important mission, as well as the fact that Jafar was being held hostage, but he had no choice if he wanted to ensure the construction safety. He gave Maya some resources, and the latter set out immediately. Okay, this is new and this looks really nice. So first of all, two things. Your tender final sorting credit is saying they're not up to date, but it's okay. And your tender is saying that they finally managed to make it on time, which is, well, true. Then first of all, let's point things out about this map. For example, this is new, like we've got an icon representing and a border representing the territory of the Darkblood Alliance, the Saurians, and we have got another icon and another set of borders representing the Barbarians' territory. I love it, to be honest. Also, we have a new sketch added to those, depicting the Cyclopses, and I think this might be a rock, possibly. This is certainly a Cyclops Brood, or the level 4 version of it, pretty sure. This might be a goblin. Yeah, I'm not so sure about that one, but probably. Then let's go. Also, I gotta set my phone on quiet. Then, that's the place. I can see cages with the captured lizards inside. There. We'll have to attack the fortress ahead in order to reach them. And we are going to deploy firepower. I don't care if it scares the heck out of those lizards. By the look of them, they might not survive the night anyway. I better not lead any fire elementals down a wooden path though. They'd burn it, and we would get stuck. Alright, let's cross this bridge first. Hurry up, we don't have much time. So, conditions: seize the post on the other hill, release the lizards, and defeat the barbarians. Defeat would be if a fire elemental moves on a wooden bridge, like this one for example, because then my units can't cross anymore, and especially the lizards won't be able to cross to safety anymore. Same with this bridge. So fire elementals on those hexes is a bad idea. Then those guys won't realize that I'm there unless I start crossing the bridge. And yeah. So your tender was referring to a summoner symbol outside of the map on the right. And that's oh damn it, I kinda skipped it. Let me go back. Like, just so you know what he means, what they mean. I suppose you mean this symbol, your tender, and it's not specifically a summoner symbol, but that's a symbol for the circle of resistance, the circle that's being used by the heavy summoner. And you get one of those coins whenever you have a new level 3 summoner. So yeah, that's why I have this thing. It's not, it does not refer to this place. It really refers to having this specific unit. Yep, really. Like, Uten is just saying, yeah, that's nice, and, well, they are right. Right, and I can skip this text. So, and of course, if Mehir dies, that's bad. There's also no early finish bonus, so we can just spend all our gold and, actually, more like I can take as much time as I want. I don't have to rush this. So yeah, this, see, tender, if you see, this is the circle you saw on next to the map, the heavy summoner circle. Like if I take this one, for example, instead, they have this circle, and Grand Summoner has this circle, and each of those would appear next to the map. So, and first things first, Ikitoad wanted a unit, so there we go. And of course I'm also gonna recall this one because this one is pretty high level, so that's exactly what I want. Then Fire Avatar is useful and flying, and it's just nice, and I really gotta tone down that music. So put this up a bit, put this down a bit. Like I've got sound effects so loud because the story works a bit with sound effects, and if I have them too quiet, yeah. If I have them too quiet, we won't be able to hear it. And Inferno is pointing out, yes, once I get neutral or Grand Summoner, a new con will appear. And Forest Dragon is asking if a viewer can name more than one unit. The answer is no, because each unit that you name will be named after yourself. So having like 3 units running around called Forest Dragon is not the idea. So I gotta make this, do this in a smart way somehow. Okay, no, I'm gonna redo this turn because this was a waste of recruiting space, honestly. Like, for the rush over the bridge, I obviously want fast units and level 5 unit. No, a level 3 unit with 5 movement points is strong, but not fast. I can still recall them over there, so no need to do that right now. Instead, I'm gonna get Camel Riders, specifically Elite Camel Riders, a Carpet Rider, and do I have another quick one? A Quick Dispeller, maybe? Look, like I've got a lot of low-level units that have no XP, which is a shame, but it's not really unexpected, to be fair. And hi Ikitoad, your unit is over here. You said you wanted a neutral summoner, if I remember correctly. Like I do not I'm not quite sure, which is why I'm asking. Wait, what? So I'm gonna skip the dialogue because I'm gonna redo this turn anyway. Oh, I see my units can't walk there, and I just assumed that I can walk there, and being over here would trigger. Like stepping over this line would trigger them, and that's my mistake. I thought I was still safe. See? Stepping on the bridge is not what triggers the whole thing, but crossing this line is. Then, alright, Ikito didn't want a neutral summoner, they wanted a grand summoner. Thanks for pointing it out. The blue one. The blue level 3 one would be a Ho... Nope, not that one. Yep, a Horami indeed. Not a Rushdie. The level... Yeah, the 4 one would be a Rushdie indeed. Like, if you... Can we see them? True, not... Okay, that's kinda a spoiler, so just... pretend you didn't see it. Rushdie Rami would be the level 4 one. So, and I'm not gonna get any of those actually. And let's go. We are under attack. It is the green bastards again? What is it? The 3rd time this week? Never mind. Kill them! Quick! We must seize this post. We can safely summon our elementals from there. So, and by the way, I am able to what's its name again? I'm able to damn it. Recruit water elementals. No, your tender, you cannot name Rushdie Rami. That's literally a character that's important for the story, and it's at its lines. You're not allowed to name like, yeah, maybe I should reiterate it. You're not allowed to name any units that have lines in this story. Like, if they're guaranteed to have a line, you cannot name them. That's final. So, Grand Summoner Ikitoad, here you go. Note: Grand Summoners can't advance now, but if one gets an Amla and after max level advancement, they'll become Summons Masters when Mihei recalls them while being a Summons Master himself. So yeah, at one point the Summons Master advancement will be unlocked, but not now, not yet. Just something to keep in mind. So kill this guy, so it's not great trouble for me. Thank you very much. Okay, yeah, I clearly can't trigger this myself. You know what? I'm just gonna attack that village over there. Don't need to attack those guys. They are just level 1 units and not really dangerous. Like, and now you can see why it was so important to kill that enemy leader instantly, because they still have 140 gold left, which would be a real nuisance if I had just left them alone. So yeah, this Cyclops Lord is gonna be difficult enough on its own. Okay, I cannot reach that, it's not cool. I guess I'll have to kill this one, and I have an always kill attack, so yeah, why not? Then Yotenda wants to have an Horami, I can arrange that. Taste the fires of the Abyss, savages! What the hell? Is that a walking bonfire? And wait a minute, lizards don't have crap like this. So these must be the very humans who killed Brock Ur. Everyone grab your weapons, bring me their leader's skull. So, I no longer have to take a pause, of course, so it was removed as one of winning conditions. What I would like to point out is it would be really nice if the fire limits wouldn't just appear, but if they had their whole summoning animation. Like, I know they have one, and it looks really cool. It's just, we're obviously not seeing it right now. And that's a shame. villages, then like as I said, we can recruit water elementals and fire elementals now, and yeah, that's what I'm gonna do in a moment. So yeah, now is a good time to level a water element, water avatar, as Forest Dragon pointed out, and yeah, that's one of the things I'm gonna do for sure. Let me get my Rami first though. Like, you want a blue one, that would be your tender. And I absolutely want a water elemental, of course, just so I can heal. Like, by the way, this fiery glow is sort of illumination, but only a 50% illumination instead of the usual 25%. So yeah, and those berserkers and those kamikaze units are gonna be annoying. Yeah, but that's something I will have to deal with later. So actually, I'm wondering if I might just wanna rush this whole thing instead of waiting for them to arrive, because actually this number seems manageable. Somewhat, somehow, actually, I think so. So I'm also, of course, gonna summon earth elementals and stuff. I mean, now's the time, pretty much. So this guy cannot do anything about me, pretty much. And the nice thing, they all have this only 30% chance to dodge, which makes it a bit easier to take them down. So yeah, for example, my magical attack is not that rare. So your tender, I'm assuming you're asking about Mehia's Amla, like they ask question if there's special skills hidden in Amla tree, or are they just stat boosters? And at this level there is one special skill, and later on there will be more special skills, but he is not yet high level enough for him to access them. So yeah, that's pretty much the reason. 30 gold. I guess this should barely work, I hope. Like, summoning help. How much gold do they need? Actually, let's... No, okay, it's done anyway. I can't undo this. So yeah, I just have to stick with this. So yeah, I was wondering if maybe I spent too much gold, so I wouldn't be able to recruit a wind elemental, to summon a wind elemental. That's an important distinction. But we'll just have to see. An air elemental, no, the numbers check perfectly out. So now I'm at zero gold, and I have my elemental thingy. Okay, so I have to be careful about those guys, and I have to be careful about those guys. Yeah, and pretty much everyone else as well. But actually those berserkers are not as much of a concern yet. So go get a village first. So yeah, those guys can't really reach me. So yeah, and as you can see, I'm first of all just trying to beat them up a little bit much preferably. So yeah, and hopefully be careful enough so they're... What's the name? Right, so that berserkers can just finish me off, because that would be bad. Okay, fine. I can... Inferno is suggesting that we read the Goblin Kamikaze unit description. I can do that. It's not that difficult. So, the goblins have always been expandable cannon fodder, but the barbarians' discovery of multiple abundant gunpowder stashes in the wasteland allowed them allowed the concept to be taken to a whole new level. The Horde's commanders came up with the idea of selecting some unfortunate goblins and give them large bags of the black powder, and forcing them to blow themselves next to their enemies. The sight of such a goblin kamikaze generally makes most foes flee and try to detonate its explosive from afar with projectiles, meaning that the kamikaze are best used against forces that can't flee too far, like when surrounded or besieged. So yeah, as you can see, they have two damage types. One is fire with the 20 and one is impact with the 15. And both have the special of always hitting. So you get it. They attack you, they hit. No question about it. No question at all. Okay, I kind of forgot about this guy over there. So let's speed this one up first. Can I reach this guy somehow? Like there's 3 of them. But there's also those level 2 Cyclopses in the back, which I kinda don't want to face right away. Like, I would very much prefer them totally ignoring me. That would be kinda nice. So, and Yotenda wanted the blue one, so Ramikai it is. Also adds the bonus of leadership, so why not? This was sort of a mistake because now I cannot cover for this guy, so I kinda have to kill this one to cover for this one. Which is not that terrible. Yeah, no false dragon, I'm not gonna read that out, that's for sure. Then, what do I do about this? Let's speed this one up first. This guy sadly cannot reach anything right now, which is a shame. And maybe put this one over there, but that's also not that great actually. Let's keep this guy safe anyway. Then I really need to get to those guys before they maybe do something drastic. And I think I will... Yeah, luckily I can, like my fire avatar can totally tank this kamikaze attack, luckily. But yet it's not my preferred way of dealing with this kind of attack. That's for sure. Then I've got 4 units that can sort of fly. And yeah, that's not enough to just attack those guys, because this one, for example, is level 3 and those 2 are level 2 each, so maybe I have to level them up a bit more first. Shame, I did not manage to kill them. So yeah, as you can see, Yotenda, I can, like special stuff would be meditation ability, which if this unit doesn't move, they get, well, 1 experience. I can get a movement point, which, okay, yeah, the other stuff are sort of basic improvements. And I'm going for the Scimitar damage improvement because of reasons of an item I will, I think, see in the next fighting scenario pretty much. Yep. Yeah, that should check out from the timetable. Then I gotta just annoy those berserkers right now, so they don't have much of a chance of killing me. So they do not even contemplate trying to go for their berserk attack, basically. This guy is very far away, so I can very much ignore them. This is my healer, so I of course gotta place units around them. And there's also this guy just being strong. Very strong indeed. Actually, this guy totally doesn't need to be over there because they have regenerates anyway. So there's no point to them being there. Okay. I'm gonna end my turn and I kinda need to go to the bathroom, so I might be back a bit later than when the turn ends. when my turn starts again. So see you in a moment. Ooh. So apparently no one died on my side, if I'm seeing this correctly. Let's check the stats. Yep, looking good. Then it means I clearly managed to stop them from even trying to go berserk on me, which is nice. Then those are all of them level 2, I mean level 1, which is also nice. Then I really don't like that guy, like... The nice thing is there's really only one of them, or like 2 of them. If they had more, this would be far more difficult to do, to keep my units alive. Then I really don't want to tangle with this one, so I'm not gonna move there, because then I would be in reach of this guy, and those guys are still annoying but not very strong, luckily. I really wish I would be earning XP for healing, but at the same time, let's be honest, it would be a bit OP. So I do understand why it's not the case. So yeah, burn. Burn. Okay, not burn because they have a whole different concept of fighting, of spellcasting in a way. So yeah. Then I'm not quite... as long as berserkers are around, I do not really dare to go for... to use my carpet riders, which would be... which are extremely vulnerable and would just get... well, instantly killed. And that's kind of bad. Also, this is kind of fun when they actually try to attack with fire and the fire avatar. Like, as you can see, 1 damage, it's a joke. Okay, so they're not having a fun time against me, and I think that's nice. I mean, they're not supposed to have a fun time against me. They're supposed to have a bad time, and it's looking quite well. So I hope the fire visits do not join in this very turn. That would be kinda awkward. Heal. Okay, can I one-shot this one? Yes, yes I can. Burn. Then healer. Sort of. This guy also needs a healer. As you can see, it is going very well. I'm still somewhat unsure what to do with my carpet riders, to be honest, but I do think they are necessary. Please do not... okay, no berserk, that's nice. That's very nice. Whew. Okay, with this, as you can see, most of them have been obliterated, so I can try to start rescuing those guys down there. Like, if I don't, there is a chance of them being killed by those guys before I can get to them, and would be bad. Then let's first of all see what happens if I attack this guy. Okay, they do not react. I liked it. Okay. Inferno is requesting for me to read out a carpet rider description, and I don't mind doing that. I will in once I've finished this turn, basically. And can I level up this guy? Yes. Okay, maybe I can't. Shame. But yeah, once I finish this turn, I can totally just read them out. I don't mind doing that. Ouch. But luckily I'm absolutely immune to their fire attacks, so whatever. Oh right, I can just slow them first. I kind of forgot about that. Okay, then just how fast are they? They are not very fast. Like, that's also if you remember that the barbarians are not really fast on desert, and this is all desert, so yeah, I just run away and they can't chase me, and that's pretty nice. Then where are you, Carpet Rider? According to legend, the magic carpet originated from the desires of a wealthy princess. She wished for a new mode of traveling that would be convenient and relaxing, yet ostentatious enough for her tastes. Carriages and camels were too common and bland in her eyes, so she sought something that would revolutionize transportation in the summoner's society. Eventually, one of her expert sorcerers wove enchanted pieces of fabric together to form what he called a flying carpet. Soon after, all affluent men and women began riding these magic carpets for their personal endeavors. Inevitably, magic carpets became of great importance in times of war, ridden only by the most hotshot and fearless young men. Atop their strange mounts, these aces of the sky perform impressive feats of reconnaissance and speed. A magical carpet cannot hold much weight, so their riders are armed with explosive powder bombs, which they use to attack and disorient their targets. So, and my question would be right now, why only the young men? Actually, I don't know about enough about the society to actually ask this question, I think. Anyway, let's also read out the Carpet Master while I'm at it. Captains of the Winds, any Carpet Master can attest to having ridden the skies more times than he can count. A Carpet Master's worth is still his ability to scout over long distances, although his ranged attacks have become something to be feared. Through battle, his accuracy with the powder bombs has improved considerably, allowing him to strike even the most elusive or well-protected targets. Prized with a more regal carpet, the Carpet Master soars through the sky, through the air as effortlessly as any bird. So yeah, they get a marksman. But to be fair, this guy also has a marksman chance of hitting enemies, so it's actually not nice. But as you can see, the carpet looks way nicer. Yeah. Then nice. Level up. Okay. I still gotta take those guys down there. I was about to be sad that I attacked this guy with this, because I really wanted to feed that XP to my water elemental, as now actually happened. So there's that. Then I really need to get rid of those guys. okay, I'm absolutely willing to sacrifice this Carpet Rider, because they are level 1, they don't have any XP, so whatever. I don't really care, I don't have to care. Then first of all, this guy totally has to get to a village, because, well, they are poisoned and I have no, at least not yet, any kind of unit that can heal them. That can cure them, to be specific. Then also, yeah, Uten is pointing out, it seems that every summoner is male, unless summoners are both genders and just don't have a model to reflect that. So yeah, that sounds about right, actually. Then I can just destroy this guy without fear of repercussions, because his allies are not really in range right now. So Yutenda is asking me what I think of camel riders. You mean as units, or what do you mean exactly? So yeah, I can also take that village over there, so that's nice. Actually, this one has not moved yet, and they're not really in danger there, but this one has moved, so they don't get a rest heal, so it makes sense to send them over there. Yeah, I could totally attack this guy and slow them. Well, except they have a berserk attack, so I really don't want that. Like, I really don't want it. But I'm gonna send this one over there so I can use them the very next turn. Like, camel riders as units are pretty strong, I would say. Like, they are really pretty strong. Oh, that's not good. I should have considered this. Also, this looks really fun. Like, the staff animation is really cool. But know what I should be doing instead is totally slow this guy. Like, then I have almost guaranteed that this guy attacks this guy and leaves my Grand Summoner Ikitoad alone. Especially because they can't move fast enough to attack over there. I'm gonna send a fire. Oh, right. I was going to send his fire elemental to stand next to him, and I forgot that this is a wooden bridge, so sending a fire elemental there means it goes up in flames, and I lose the scenario for obvious reasons. Whoops. No one saw that. So yeah, that obviously means I can't send a fire elemental there. I have to leave them here instead. So yeah, because I changed a couple of things, of course, the whole, like a lot of things change. I mean the results of fights change because of that. That's what I'm trying to say. Then send this guy down there as well, so they can help a little bit, and yeah, I can totally just slow this guy. That should. Yep, that works. Then I kind of forgot about those guys over there now, but whatever. They can do this, probably. So yeah, what I was saying about the camel riders, I think they are pretty useful and also actually pretty strong unit. Like they're... It's sort of... No, don't attack this one. Please win. Yes! I actually won. It's just... the point is I have to consider them under the recruit list I have, and like I think they're actually more, they are at least as tanky, they are just as tanky as the novice summoners, but and have similar amount of damage actually, but they're more mobile, so that's really nice. So Inferno 8 is pointing out that is saying that they actually find them not that useful in this campaign at least, and that you can easily beat the campaign without recruiting any of them, which is probably true. Like I can just spam summoners, the enemies will come to me sooner or later anyway, but they're still plenty strong. Like yeah, I can beat this without him, but it's better if you don't have to. Like summoners themselves have specific abilities that make them even stronger and make them useful even if I don't use them in a fight, so there's that. And dispellers, of course, are also plenty strong, at least again in scenarios where you fight against magical creatures, or at least against abyssal creatures, which is a couple of times at least. So they also have their use. Then the Carpet Riders, they provide a slow, and that's always nice. Then, freedom at last! Tell me, who are you? I'm Mehir, but more importantly, the Keeper sent us to rescue you, so that we can gain his trust. I believe you. Please take us from this place. The desert almost dried us to death. That's all the lizards. Let's defeat the remaining barbarians and get out of here. So, now I can lose by losing any of the lizards. And what I would like to point out is that, like, if I hadn't saved them at this point, but if I had waited long enough, if I had waited long enough, those guys would have tried to push off the lizards off this place, just so I can save them. So, which is pretty mean of them, but is also, which is basically why I said, yeah, I have to save them first. Okay, I totally could have given this XP to my Carpet Rider, but whatever. And Inferno has one last unit request for the day, reading out the Rock Rider's description. And that I can do. Just let me finish this turn first. Wait, they apparently had what's the word I'm trying to look for? They had first strike on a ranged attack, which is very rare. So yeah. So Utena is saying for Camel Riders there seems to be always a unit they can use instead, which does the function of the Camel Rider better than themselves, which I guess is sort of true. At the very least, it's certainly your opinion, and I just gotta point out again, I'm not exactly trying to optimize my army usually. I just want to use one. I want to have one of every kind of unit, and yeah, that's my main goal. And I just try to have. Oh, right, I am supposed to read out a unit description. Yeah, this is a bit. Oh no. Okay, this survived, but I really should have not done it. Like, I completely forgot about this Kamikaze Goblin, and yeah, that was bad. Read out the description. A Rock Rider. Sure. The rocks of Tornspire Mountain had long grown fat off the flesh of the goblins who lived below. It took one particularly mad and foolhardy goblin to change the fate of his people when he set out to tame the beasts. After several narrow escapes, the goblin managed to steal an egg from the great birds and rose it under his care. Less than 3 months later, when the rocks attacked, they were surprised to hear a piercing cry from above, and even more surprised when they were ripped to shreds by one of their own. To this day, the goblins ride tamed rocks into battle. Their battle cry is the only warning of impending doom. So, and the Rock Master? Veteran Rock Riders are an uncommon sight, as many either end up dying during skirmishes or don't see much action beyond scouting. But there are no 30 exceptions. Such Rock Riders often end up being leaders of small Rock Rider gangs, flying around empty territories and preying on the infrequent lone travelers, and attacking poorly girded caravans. They also often bring handmade bows with them into battle. While a bow's low quality makes them nowhere near being fit for use on the ground, their arrows become quite deadly when shot from the sky, thanks to the vertical acceleration from falling. So yeah. So Yetender is saying they are not really an optimizing player either. They just feel like the unit, like the Camel Rider unit, is just not interesting enough to warrant using them at all. which I guess, like, let's just say it's an opinion. It's not my kind of opinion, but it is a fair opinion. And something I can understand, even though it's really not my kind of opinion. Because yeah, and at the end I have no idea about balance. I just work with whatever I'm given. Like I remember playing in a new order, and like in that campaign you have healers that are sort of useless or extremely weak on level 1 and 2, and I just went with it. Like, weak healers, okay, let's do this. And when someone else played this campaign and gave feedback about it, they immediately said, "Whoa, what the hell? Those healers are way too underpowered. Like, this has to be fixed or something." And I was like, I guess they're right. I just never cared about it. So yeah, you really shouldn't be asking me questions about balance or anything like that, because I don't really care that much. As long as the scenario is beatable, it's good enough for me. That's basically the way I play this game. So I gotta defeat those rock riders. I also gotta keep my units safe, and I really wish I had what's the thing I would like to have? I really wish I had a level 2 water avatar by now, so I could actually heal my units properly instead of this, like, which is not really healing them properly. So yeah, I would like to get rid of the rocks first before they tear my units apart, and then of course get rid of this guy. Then I'm gonna move those guys over there just so they are no longer on this side of the bridge, and then I'm pretty much gonna ignore them, because yeah, I have no use for them beyond having to save on protect them. I think everyone should be safe. Okay, yeah, this guy is not safe. That's not good. Yep, that's what's dump. Let's redo this. Then yeah, 22 hit points is not really good enough to use them in a fight there, and I really should just move away and reconsolidate my lines. Then this guy over here and die. Okay, I can respect not hitting this one. Okay, yes, sort of a line over here, like this, and this guy, and healer, healer, healer. Not a healer, but just collecting them over there. And then, okay, this guy is still not saved. It's not great. I guess that's why I wanted to do this. Okay, I think this should work. Like, yeah, only 5 damage per hit. So this fire elemental has a pretty good ult. Yeah, I totally forgot something. Okay, I gotta say, I can live with this kind of result, even though it's pretty surprising. And then I still have to finish off this guy. Like, I'm not getting into positive income, that's for sure, but I very much would like to defeat them, just to be rid of them for good. And so they can't stop threatening my units. Also, even though I won't get into positive income, I do like having income, and at least not that bad of an income. and this guy is really ruining it. Blah. Words. Then as you can see, I'm starting to lag for units that are not half deaf. So yeah, let's get this done. I could do this. This guy wouldn't be able to attack. How much damage? Too much damage. Like, sure, they don't have much damage right now. Also, let's just ignore this guy because this works as well. Sure, this guy doesn't have that much damage, but Growing Fury means each time they hit, this attack is used, each time they hit, their damage is increased. Wait, until 4th strike? Because this one has 5 strikes, so if it was increased only until the 4th strike, it wouldn't increase it much as it could. That would be kinda a shame, actually. Anyway, not at all. So I'm getting close to the end of this. That's good. I might even be able to get what is a fire god in this scenario. It would be kind of funny, actually. Not enough hit points. If I did this and this, they would still be able to attack, and I would have to do this. Yeah, why not? Let's try. Okay, and now I've pretty good odds at killing them, which is nice. Also, I finally want to level up this water elemental, please. Like, very much so. Nope. Actually, yes, this would be nice. Perfect. Now, okay, what I forgot about this is that Water Avatar actually doesn't have a cure. It's only at level 3, the Water God, but at least they now have a plus 8 heal, which is also a lot. And yeah, those guys still have to get to a village apparently. Shame. But okay, at least they are not really threatening right now. Yep, I do not dare to bait this guy. So the nice thing about this, they use poison, but poison is not exactly useful against magic entities, which are not exactly poisonable. So at least on that account I'm totally fine. And I wanna get rid of those guys again. Burn. And it's a fire god indeed. Like, you gotta admit, they do look pretty damn cool. Yep. Let's just... And Earth Avatar, please. Thank you very much. And now I have the whole set of avatars already. And it's, yeah, it is something I wanted to achieve, so I'm pretty happy that it worked. Okay, and this guy also needs a heal. This guy technically needs a heal, but I'm not gonna keep them, so I don't really care about the XP. So let's ignore them. Yeah, and your tender is be like, Firebird is so cute. Like, I don't know, like, downsized, yeah, it kinda looks cute, but if you look at a huge version, I don't know if cute is really the word I would use. Already I am sure that it is not the word I would use. Awe-inspiring, yes. Cute, not so much. Boom. Okay, fun fact, this castle is also counts as sand, so the units are still pretty slowed down on it. Like, Not that important, but a nice detail actually. Meh. Die. Okay, then maybe don't die. Mean. So, and note that the fire god no longer is just heat aura or something like this, but is actually full blown. No, I mean fire god with this 15% of like daytime change, but it has a full blown illumination. And Utena is no, I mean Inferno is saying that they know that Rock Rider was supposed to be their last request, but they say that the Fire God description is really worth the read. So if I couldn't give it a try, and I think I might be willing. I just gotta finish this turn first. Like the same thing as always. Finish the turn first and then reach stuff out. Boom. Damage. And with this I've finished off all of the Guardians, and now I can finally start attacking the leader. Also take the rest of the villages. So this one no longer has regenerate rates +6, but actually it regenerates a full 8 hit points. So let's start with the Fire Elemental. Fire is a dangerous manifestation of nature's destruction. While adept users of magic can craft fire from nothing but thin air, there's nothing more terrible than an actual materialization of living flame and fury. Its fiery form is visible in pitch darkness. The Fire Elemental is but an entity of arcane magic summoned from the abyss, almost always brought out for intent of war. From the moment the elemental is brought into this world, it burns bright with mindlessness and follows the orders of its summoner until its very extinguishing. Then, after fire consumes enough flesh, bones, wood, iron, even entire landscapes, it will unavoidably grow into something far more sinister in shape and body. It is a dreadful sight to behold a fire avatar that takes flight with its fiery wings, casting a blazing light on earth and man. The magic within its body has honed, granting the avatar a magic potency in its fire-wrought claws. Only dauntless summoners are able to lead such devastating beings in war without fear of being reduced to ashes. And last but not least, the Fire God. Upon reaching the pinnacle of its conflagration, the elemental has utterly become a moving inferno, a god of its own respect. Even the very summoners who have brought these legendary beings up from the abyss tremble at the sight of the flying phoenix aflame. Its massive wings sending sparks and embers downwards onto the far below ground. Growing brighter and stronger with every foe fed into its flames, the Fire God appears as a miniature sun in the darkest of nights. Everything in its market path is set ablaze. As you can see, like, this guy agrees, I would say. Then it's time for a Ramidatu. So the red variation. Also, it's time to end the scenario. Like, Lesser Revenge. Okay, the slow worked. Lesser Revenge, this unit has at least 60% chance to hit during retaliation. Nice. And now I can go full attack on this guy, that's for sure. First of all, do I have anyone? This guy and this guy for sure. Okay, maybe I should. Okay, burn. Then whom do I feed this XP? And I guess technically I would really love for me here to take it, and not only technically so, but also actually, so that's what I'm gonna do. Also means I can give this guy some more XP. Utenda wants the XP, but no, me here is more important. Like, Utenda is over there, but nope. So yeah, Forest Dragon is also suggesting to give the kill to me here, and that's what I'm gonna do anyway, so whatever. Kill. And kill as well. The lizards are safe now. And so is our project on the territory. Let's get back to the jungle. I hope those forest folks haven't made soup of Jafar yet. And that's the scenario. So there's no early finish bonus. Technically I could have or should have waited for the end of turns. But it's only 9 turns away, giving me 36 gold, so I wouldn't even get out of negative gold. So yeah, there was no reason to actually wait. And as you can see, now those units are no longer part of my army, so indeed any XP I gave them is gone. I just used them to soften up targets instead. Then, any questions? Remarks? Anything really? Because the scenario is already over. And the next time I'm gonna play is probably next week. Maybe tomorrow, but far more likely next week. No? Nothing in that case. Like, as you can see, scenario is indeed over. And I guess just see you next time, probably. Like, yeah, by the way, next scenario is a dialogue scenario, and I'm pretty sure that it's very much exposition scenario where we learn a bit about the history and lore of the summoners, which will be quite interesting, especially since it got changed since the last version. So yeah, see you next time.